I kind of unintentionally, I have my intended muscle movements, like, playing the notes and stuff, but I have a lot of secondary unintentional stuff.
Right.
Like I'll tweak my head, or a big one, I'm told I look really funny when I play guitar, because I move my jaw back and forth. And, it might not happen right now because I just told you that I do it, and so now I'm thinking, don't do it. If I'm not thinking about it, I'm just playing the instrument. I just do a lot of weird little things. How can I, like...
They call, I think the OTs and the PTs call those overflow movements. It's like, I think the thing is just be aware that you have them. And then as you focus on your overall coordination, it's not that we try to limit those, but we're aware of we're kind of letting them subside because we're focusing more on what we want rather than what we don't want. And as you focus more on what you want, then the little things that you don't want start to fall away. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
because you're focusing on your overall coordination.
I feel like they're almost linked mechanically. Like I couldn't actually play the guitar part if I didn't move my jaw.
And that's typical of, I think, different things that require a lot of concentration. You get a little bit of overflow. I was going to invite more than one person up. You want to come up too? So that's a good thing to start with. This is all about ease and easiness. And easiness is about using the level of freedom and tension, or the proper amount of tonus that's not too tight, not too loose. And then you feel like you're comfortably free. Something you want to work on?
Hi. I find the guitar has this kind of tendency to go down like that, and so I feel like I'm constantly fighting the guitar while I'm playing it to try and keep it in a decent position to play. And so I'll find myself kind of getting in inappropriate positions with my hand that makes it uncomfortable to play. And I'll get a lot of hand tension after a while, especially if I'm playing repetitive things where I have to keep my hand in one position.
So you feel that the weight of the, say that again, you feel the weight of the guitar?
I really don't even think it's actually the weight of the guitar, it's just kind of my perception that I'm having to hold it up.
Okay.
That's kind of making me...
So do you feel, tell me your first name?
Forrest.
Forrest, okay.
Phil?
Phil. So do you feel like you have an issue with the weight of your guitar, holding your guitar?
I don't feel like it dips so much, but I can understand what he means about like hand cramps and stuff. I think that's just kind of individual.
So I have a suggestion. It's kind of a broad stroke. It's kind of a big. It may not be as specific, but it's something to work with. Is that you set the tone, no pun intended, for what you do with your instrument, literally. So if you begin by you're in charge and your instrument comes to you, and you just release your neck and your head starts to move just delicately away from your body. There you go. And your whole body moves up with your head. Beautiful. You feel like you're a little lighter already?
Yeah.
So you're coming up, you're opening up, and then your instrument's going to fit in with you. So bring your instrument wherever it wants to fit in with you because you're in charge. Your instrument's not in charge. And you do whatever you want with your arms to let it become more up to you. What's it feel like right now?
Extremely loose. My arms feel a lot less tense.
Yeah, so you're just letting you and your instrument are one. There you go. And you're releasing your legs, and that's where your support's coming from. Yeah. That feel pretty easy?
It feels a lot better.
And you see him lengthening? Yeah, he's coming more onto his bones. So feel as you go up, and there's not as much of your own heaviness in your arms and shoulders. Do you feel that? So that your arms and shoulders, like I was talking to Wes, can start to release so that the real connections deeper in you can be free to move. Then just play a little bit. How's that feel?
It feels a lot different. I feel like I'm not fighting myself to kind of make it happen, as opposed to, before I was really, tense and trying to force it.
Force the playing.
It feels a lot more natural.
It's like, again, the weight of your own arm is what you put into the strumming. So, and let this be easy. So your arm is releasing out of your shoulder joint, and then you're really touching your instrument with a sense of sensitivity. There you go. That's beautiful. There's energy going from you into your instrument, right? Now play a little bit more. You want to come over here? So when my hands come here, I'm just working with ease in your neck so that your head can find balance. And just free your head on the top of your spine so that this balance sets up the balance to your whole body. Nice. So you feel how your balance is changing? And then this all can release because you don't have to hold yourself up with your shoulders and arms. And I think that's part of where the tension comes in, maybe in your jaw. When this gets tight in your shoulders and arms, that tension, the energy in your body can't move down. You feel how it's moving down now?
Yeah.
It has some place to go. Then it becomes playing with your whole body rather than just playing with your arms and your shoulders and your hands. It's really playing through you rather than just with what actually touches the instrument. Now play a little bit like this. Nice. This is all opening up. And think about you playing all the way down here and into your feet and legs. And you're going to go a little bit up this way. It's going to feel a little strange. Nice. Now you're on both legs. You're not leaning into your right leg.
Yeah, I find I usually end up in kind of a posture posture.
And you can keep your knees flexible so that you can move around, but you don't have to split this. Yeah, there you go. But you don't want to settle into your hips because then you'll feel heavy.
So knees bent, kind of?
Yeah. Because when where our knees are bent, it doesn't cause us to when our knees go back, we tend to hyperextend in our back and get what they call a lordosis. And that takes your weight forward and everything gets kind of shut down. So you want to be breathing all into your body while you play. That's really nice. You see, do you feel what you're doing, Phil?
Jane, are you saying that happens when your knees are straight?
Because you hyperextend and you get a lordosis. You get this kind of overarching effect. Where if your knees are a little bit flexed, it keeps you from doing that. And so you may just we tend to be a civilization of shorteners in the front and over-lengthening in the back. This all tends to, when we go into that C curve. So as we start to lengthen up, this opens up where more of our bones, but we don't want to take it to the other extreme where we do this. And then we're too hyperextended in the front, and that shuts our breathing. That already looks nice. Now just think about letting, keep your hand away. Our arms really are moved more in front of our bodies because you think what we do, most of the actions we do are in front of our body. But we hold them behind us, I think, to help us feel like we're more upright. Now strum the guitar. That's all right. Your left arm already responded. That's really nice. What's it feel like?
It feels very loose.
Yeah. Does it look loose? Mm-hmm. Yeah. How's your music feel now that you're playing that way?
Flows easier.
So play a little bit with that. Because it's like you start to embody this approach to playing and live into your music in a different way. And then the intricacies of how your fingers actually move on the fretboard or what they need to do to come in. So it's not a gross motor movement, it's a fine motor movement. And then all this more gross stuff stays easy. Now just do some playing and think of that. If you're making more micro movements to get there, you go. That's really nice. You see that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Great. Now, do you guys sing with your playing also?
Yeah, occasionally.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So if you were singing with this, you want your whole breathing mechanism open as well. This is what's going to help you breathe, is that you're not settling into your rib cage, but that you're up and on top of your rib cage with all your ribs want to move in the same. Now just take a walk with your instrument. Walk around a little bit. How does it feel? And have a sense if you want to go down when you start to walk, or if you can have a sense of lengthening as you carry it. What's that like?
It's different. I mean, normally if I'd be walking with my instrument, my kind of temptation would be to kind of do this.
Yes, but the way you have to think before. And how are you doing it differently?
I mean, if I'm thinking about my posture and the way that my hips are sitting, and you know the way that my knees are set, I've kind of got this base of balance that I'm working from, so I don't have to think about what's pulling me down, rather what's supporting me from below.
That's fabulous. I couldn't have said it better. That's better than I could have said it. Yeah. Anything you want to add? Great, thanks for that.
Yeah, it feels very comfortable when you actually think about, like you said, your posture and just keeping these slightly bent so that I'm not stiff. Being very tall, and I have this problem in sports too. Like, my coaches would always say, like, bend your knees, because I just kind of stand upright.
Right.
It just feels more natural that way. But
Right.
it actually does feel more natural the other way once you really think about it.
And then as you open up, you still get your height and your length, but then you're letting go anything that might be, because as taller people tend to flex forward to be with shorter people, and it's like with that easiness, you can flex a little bit, but then you're not holding, and you can let go. Yeah, that's really nice. What any of you want to add? Observations? Anything you see? Our biomechanic person over there? Anyone you want to comment?
Well, since you just asked, and I like the way that you rock back and forth, so your weight's kind of shifting.
Yeah.
It's nice and
It's
smooth.
natural.
It's not, it's not like, it's just more like a wave.
That we're constantly moving. We're spot. You can do this if you're playing. It's like you can go a lot of options. You have a lot of options. But if any of you study Tai Chi, you know you're constantly moving your energy, but your balance is always over your legs. And so you have that stability without rigidity. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
We have
Yeah.